All right, y'all, so I watched a TV show recently, and it's on Netflix, and it stars Sophia Vergara. She was in Medea's Goes to Jail.
You seem like a nice, sweet person, honey. What the hell you in here for? Stealing flowers? What you do, steal some candy from the Girl Scouts? What?
No. I murdered 18 men.
She was also in Modern Family. I think that's what the show's called. She's an actress, and she has that like accent, really thick accent. So this is a show that hit Netflix, and it stars Griselda. Well, it stars Sophia Vergara, but it's called Griselda. Y'all get it. I didn't know who the Griselda was. So Griselda, I guess, is this big con woman before Queen of the South. Not a con woman, she sells drugs. Whatever the cocaine, drug don people are. The Godfather. They called her the Godmother. We're gonna get to that. Basically, this show was doomed, in a sense, before it even aired, because one of her sons that are still alive, Michael Corleone or something, they named him after the Godfather, you know, very clever. He was trying to get the show canceled. He was like, you can't put this show out. I wasn't involved in this show. Basically, he didn't get paid probably. He wanted to get paid.
The emergency motion filed by Blanco and his team names Netflix, Sophia Vergara, and the company she co-founded, Latin World Entertainment. Netflix has declined to comment to NBC, and Vergara.
I'm proud of the whole show. I think I couldn't have done anything without, this cast.
Seen here at the premiere with Access Hollywood, told Telemundo this week that she was not very aware of the lawsuit because she's been on tour.
Él sí que me da admiración.
But explained she's always been a fan of Michael's and plans on reading his book.
And he said, which is really weird to me, he said that they cast an ugly woman to play his mom. He said his mom was a beautiful woman. I looked at the side-by-side pictures and I said, this man is blind. I know I'm blind, but this man is fucking, I don't know what you're looking at. I know that your mama, but that big bitch don't look prettier than my girl, Sophia Vergara. Ugh. Anyway, so Sophia Vergara went through a lot of prosthetic changes too. She blotched out her eyebrows like Drag Race and had some eyebrows. And then she wore some like teeth things to make her teeth look ugly. I could tell they did some with her mouth, I think, because the real Griselda had this thing with her mouth. I've seen in a couple scenes they did that with Sophia's face. This show's pretty solid. The first episode felt like a movie. That gave you a lot of information. Opens up with her wounded, and she's running into a house, gathering her children and being like, we got to get out of here. Let me not do that because that was not the way she sounded. Let's refocus. All right, she wanted to get her kids about this house because something happened. We don't know what happened, and I don't know much about Griselda, so I didn't know. She gets the kids, and they get out of town. They go stay in this small room with one of her old friends. So they went from Medellin. So Medellin is in Colombia. So they have Colombian accents. And they went from Colombia to Miami. So her friend works at like a flight attendant thing, like she works at an airplane place where you fly. And she stays with her. She gets her a job, airport. She works at an airport, y'all. She takes her in and she tries to get her a job. And we learn as the episode goes on that she got into a fight with her now ex-husband, who I guess she killed and got wounded by another guy who shot her because she shot him. Crazy, I know. Basically, they were partners in this cocaine thing. Like they had this whole thing going on. He was the boss, I guess. And she's like, we're partners. And he's like, no, you just a bitch that people, I guess she used to be a hooker and she used to like sell pussy. And apparently this man's disgusting. He made her, his own wife and mother of his 3 children, go his brother because his brother found her hot and wanted to her. So he her and she did it. And then she felt grossed out because she's the uncle of her kids. It's crazy. Anyway, so she killed his ass and she got out of town. She realizes, I ain't gonna make no money working at this airport. She talks to this guy to try to find out where all the little pushes be going. So they go to this place. It's from the Narcos show. I forgot what it's called already. The Mayas or something. It's some little casino. And they always got the big boss sitting in the corner with all the girls and then all the people surrounded, little security guards. So she had her cocaine from Colombia, which is that good shit, that good juju. And she was trying to sample it with people. It's like, oh, this is good stuff. Trying to sell it, right? Because she needed money for her children. So she's trying to sell this shit and trying to talk to the big boss, but she can't get to the big boss because these people won't let her through. Then she finally flirts her way over there and then he just blows the bitch off. Literally. She gives him the cocaine and he blows it. not down his nose, but out the way. He's a bitch. He thought he was the king of Sheba. I don't know. She's very determined. Let me tell you, Griselda, I don't know anything about her, but she's determined. So I liked her at the beginning, and I love how this show goes. Basically, her progression of timid-ish. She was never really timid, but she was also like very loving of her family. Like, it seemed like she just wanted the best for her kids at the beginning. As she's with these coke dealers and all this stuff, shenanigans happens. There's like 2 or 3 times in this first episode that there's shootouts and kills, and she's like right there. She survived death more than Final Destination. I was surprised. All these people got shot, heads cut off, and her ass just sitting right there like, oh, with blood on her, blood splatter. She's Sophia Vergara. She, in her contract, was splatter of blood in this whole show. She has a look of the Irish because as it goes on, she got her money, she got her coke stolen, she got it back. It's crazy. She meets this guy at the fucking restaurant that she went to go have lunch at or something. He was Colombian. He was a dishwasher, so she recruited him. So she knows how to find people. So she will recruit people to work with her. And as it went on and how she was trying to sell stuff, the guy, the head honcho that was gonna hire her to be the supplier and all that, he wanted a lot of cocaine. But how could she get cocaine from Colombia back to Miami? So all her hooker friends, she hired all her hookers to put cocaine in their titties, and they flew with the airline that she's staying with her best friend all the way to fucking Miami. So that's how they did it. All the hookers like, ooh, they're excited because they're about to get paid. It's like, oh, I ain't gotta ride dick again no more for the rest of my life. And I was like, these girls is crazy. One of these heifers was Carol G.
Puta. No, papi.
And she was in episode 2, 3, and 4 before something happens to her. All these ladies, they be taking off their tops and see all their little titties. See all the little boys trying to look and watch them. You nasty cochinas. So basically, as she goes, she becomes that bitch of that vicinity, of that territory. But that wasn't enough. She was well off. She had riches. She was able to pay bitches off. She stayed in not just hotels. She started getting different places. Then those places turned to stash houses. She finally got her territory. But every person that she goes up against, something always happens to them, or she would have them killed. Like, this bitch is dangerous. She's ruthless, and she don't give a fuck. So once she got her territory, all this power was getting to her head. They were calling her the godmother in the Spanish, the diabla or something. Her ass was just like, I want more. So she's like, bitch, I don't want just this territory. I want the city. I want the state, bitch. While all this is happening, and she's taking over the world, like she is, as a bad bitch, we have detectives. We have Detective June.
June. Headlights are on.
Seriously, Martin? You really think that's funny? Turning up the AC so my nipples get hard? Well, at least mine still get hard.
And she is determined to take down these cocaine people. But she didn't know it was a girl. Well, she's the only one that kind of alludes to it maybe being a woman. Everyone's like, what the f? A woman can't be a Don boss, Godfather person, a cocaine dealing queen. So they all like disregarded being a woman. So that's how she got on the radar all this time. Mind you, this took place during the 70s and 80s at the beginning. She's been doing this from all through the 2000s, I believe. So she got, arrested and all that good stuff. Griselda befriends a lot of people throughout this. I had to read about this. She had 3 husbands. She had them all killed. I wouldn't want to fuck that bitch. And she had a little lesbian relationship. The relationship they didn't show in the show was the black dude from Oakland when she was in jail. That was interesting. I want to see that. But Tubi, I believe, has 2 documentaries, so I'm going to go watch those. As the show progresses, you see more about the kids' lives. You could see more about how, like, the older kid, he could tell that his mom was in some shit. They didn't know that she had killed their dad. They just thought that they were on the run, maybe because the dad used to beat her and things like that. So that all comes to because the uncle, the one who fucked her before she left town, he is out to get her. So he's trying to find out where this bitch is. And then as she gets bigger, there's other people trying to kill her. So what she has to do is try to stop them before they get to her. So the cops are on their P's and Q's, but then every time they get a witness or they get somebody that could probably tell them something, she has them killed. So this is a badass bitch. Griselda did that with this, and I love, this show was great. I was engulfed into this for 6 hours. hungover as at home, and I just loved it. I didn't want to stop. I just kept wanting to go because every episode has something even crazier than before. She lived to be 69 years old, by the way. I looked this up. The show does a good job of just showing her progression, and Sophia needs an award because her acting in this was amazing. Like, I feel like she became Griselda. The dude that the longest relationship she had with the last husband, she did have a kid with him. That's the kid that is all upset about, oh, my mom is so pretty, but you cast this woman and I wasn't involved. He's still alive, and his dad that was in this movie that she had killed, he was with her a lot. He was like a hitman for her. He was very loyal to her, and she would turn on these people. That's what I didn't like a little bit about her, because you had people that had your back 1,000%. She had a lot of people that people would go to her and they would not tell shit because she's that bitch. She didn't care. Like, she would get in her mind like, oh no, you're trying to like be a rat and like tell shit on me, because it was a rat situation. You gotta watch it. All right, so, all right. Oh my God, I knew it! This is so bad. You got a fucking rat in there. She just would not listen to nobody and trust nobody, but I wouldn't either if I was that powerful. You never know what people might do. So I get it. I like this show. There's blood, there's gore, there's action, there's drama, and they did a really good job putting her life together like this as a Netflix TV show, y'all. It's only 6 episodes. I watched it in one sitting because it was very easy to do so, but you could easily watch an episode or 2 and then come back and just be like, okay, and be really excited to jump right back in. But I do think afterwards, I think it's a good idea to jump and watch the documentary afterwards, like what I started but didn't finish, because it really gives you an in-depth look at this crazy woman. She is really psychotic, crazy, ruthless, and a bad bitch overall. I always knew of the Queen of the South shit because I've seen some of that show. I didn't know Griselda was the main one before her, the biggest, if that. Watch it, Griselda, if y'all into coke and drama and all that good stuff. This is the thing for you. And The Godfather. I'm not a big Godfather person. I don't know about these movies. I don't really like these movies. I think they're probably boring. But I know people love them. So if y'all like that kind of stuff, you'll love Griselda. We got to get out of here.